Have you ever walked down a soda aisle, seen a dusty can of RC Cola, and wondered, what happened to this brand? Once a bold challenger to Coke and Pepsi, RC Cola now lives mostly in the shadows, yet its story is full of innovation, ambition, missteps, and reinvention. In this video, we'll trace its origin, its heyday, the blows it took, and how it still survives, but in very different ways. RC Cola's story began in 1905 in Columbus, Georgia, where pharmacist grocer Claude A. Hatcher grew frustrated that Coca-Cola's syrup supplier refused to give him deeper discounts despite his bulk purchases. He swore he would never buy from them again, and started experimenting with his own soft drinks. His first products were not colas: ginger ale, root beer, strawberry, under the Royal Crown line. Later, a cherry cola called Chero Cola emerged around 1907 from his experiments. In 1925, the company became Nehi Inc., reflecting its flavored sodas business. After Hatcher died in 1933, company leadership commissioned chemist Rufus Cam to rework the formula. In 1934, Royal Crown Cola, RC Cola, was launched, reviving the Royal Crown brand identity. In 1951, the company formally renamed itself the Royal Crown Cola Company. RC Cola was never content with just being another soda. It pioneered several firsts that many people no longer remember. In 1954, RC became the first major soft drink sold in a tin can. Later, it was among the first to use aluminum cans. Around 1954, it launched Diet Right, one of the earliest diet colas in the US. In 1980, it released RC 100, a caffeine-free and sugar-free cola. In the mid-1990s, it even attempted a premium variant called Royal Crown Draft Cola, made with pure cane sugar and natural flavors. But the product flopped in the US due to distribution challenges. RC Cola gained traction in the American South in the 1950s and 60s, especially pairing with moon pies as the working man's lunch. It also fostered brand loyalty through taste tests, adopting the slogan "Best by Taste," suggesting consumers preferred its flavor when blind tested. All of these moves gave RC a reputation as a bold underdog with real substance. Despite its innovations, RC Cola would soon be squeezed by forces it couldn't easily resist. Coca-Cola and Pepsi, flush with cash, poured millions into mass media. TV ads, jingles, celebrity endorsements, sponsorships, contests. As the two colas warred for supremacy, other brands were effectively sidelined. RC simply didn't have the budget or scale to match. Coke and Pepsi also paid slotting fees and secured preferential shelf space in supermarkets, effectively boxing out RC in many retail aisles. Both had built integrated nationwide bottling and distribution systems. RC, by contrast, relied heavily on independent bottlers, limiting its reach and consistency. By the 1990s and 2000s, consumer tastes began shifting. Sugary colas faced scrutiny over obesity, diet drinks and bottled water grew, and consumers began favoring diversified beverage portfolios: sparkling water, teas, energy drinks. RC struggled to expand its product portfolio meaningfully. While Coke and Pepsi added juices, flavored waters, and energy drinks, RC remained heavily dependent on its core cola line. That lack of breadth made it more vulnerable to changing tastes. While Coke and Pepsi were eating at RC Cola from outside, some of its deepest wounds came from within. A slew of acquisitions caused RC to change ownership repeatedly, dilute its focus and brand identity, and lose strategic consistency. In 1993, Triarch companies acquired Royal Crown. In 2000, Cadbury Schweppes acquired Triarch's beverage business and absorbed RC along with Snapple. Later, Cadbury spun off its U.S. beverage unit into Dr. Pepper Snapple Group in 2008, which eventually became Keurig Dr. Pepper. Meanwhile, in 2001, All non-US operations were sold to Cott Beverages in Canada and operated under Royal Crown Cola International. In 2021, Cott sold Royal Crown Cola International to Refresco, and later it passed to RC Global Beverages, Inc. In 2023, Mackay Holdings, a Filipino firm, acquired 100% of RC Global Beverages for about $47 million, taking global distribution rights in over 100 countries. Each new owner treated RC as a peripheral asset rather than a core strategic brand. RC also suffered some controversies that shaped its downfall. RC's early bold move into diet sodas hit a snag when its artificial sweetener cyclamate was banned by the US government in 1969 due to health concerns. While Diet Right reformulated, Pepsi, Coke, and others got breathing room to assert dominance in the diet soda space. There's another part of RC Cola's early history that's shrouded in mystery. Some stories claim that RC's earlier brand, Chero Cola, was actually sued by Coca-Cola for using the word cola in its name. Coca-Cola argued the name was too similar and confusing to customers, and supposedly Chero Cola was forced to drop the word altogether. If that's true, it would have been a serious blow to their identity, since the cola name was what helped people connect it to the soft drink category in the first place. But there isn't any solid evidence to back these claims. By the 1980s and 90s, RC was already losing ground. In 1984, RC commanded just 4 to 5% of U.S. soft drink sales, trailing Coke, Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, and 7-Up. As the cola wars escalated, RC's visibility shrank further. It became a perennial third-place brand, present but rarely top of mind. Some of its efforts to revive relevance, such as trying to relaunch niche products that lacked the distribution to reach consumers, fell flat. Over time, many U.S. bottlers stopped producing RC, making it even harder to find in major retailers. But RC didn't die. Instead, it pivoted to niche and regional strength, especially overseas. In the Philippines, RC Cola managed to survive and even thrive. It was licensed and bottled locally by Asia-wide/ARC Refreshments and used aggressive, quirky marketing to appeal to younger consumers. A 2020 campaign titled Basta RC Cola became viral and reportedly drove a 67% increase in sales in that market. It leaned into absurd humor rather than trying to compete on price, especially after a sugar tax eroded RC's price advantage. In 2023, Mackay Holdings fully acquired RC's global operations, cementing its base in the Philippines, but with rights in over 100 countries. Meanwhile, in the US, RC is mostly a cult brand, available in specialty soda shops, some regional bottlers, and as a nostalgia item. Collectors and fans keep its memory alive. So next time you spot a dusty RC can, remember, it's more than just nostalgia. It's a lesson in ambition, struggle, and resilience in the face of giants. If you enjoyed this dive into RC Cola's journey, hit like, subscribe, and let us know, what other forgotten giants would you like us to explore next?